my
Let
God.
me listen. Oh my God. Like, is this how you're going to be treating your wife? She's saying something. You're being
Don't talk about
Wow.
nothing to do with wife. It's only talk about your husband. It's how you treat your husband. You're going to diminish your husband.
Oh.
Damn.
Wow. What happened?
Cool off.
What happened?
It's definitely
Okay,
okay, wait. You spoke for time now, man. You're chatting shit. Let's be real, yeah? Alright, I might enjoy wearing tracksuits and think it's cool to wear this and wear that. But if I go to an office for an interview, I'm not wearing a tracksuit. It don't mean they're fucking breaking my character. You're chatting shit, man.
Your discrimination, whatever it might be, whether it's true or not, is not my problem. It's not my problem. What happens if I walk in believing that I'm at a disadvantage when I went to that boardroom at 18 years old wearing my Primark t-shirt? Imagine if I walked in believing I was at a disadvantage. Would that have helped me or hindered me? The belief that I was at a disadvantage. So my natural position, and I'm just telling you the truth here, whether it's politically or socially acceptable or not, for me, I've always thought, that's your problem. Your discrimination is your problem. I was 18, walking into those rooms with these people that are double my age and did not look like me. And I know that their underestimation of me is one of my greatest advantages, because when I got going, when they heard me speak, when they heard how passionate I was about what I wanted to do, they'd be like, damn, we underestimated this kid. But the broader point there was like, not my problem. I'm well aware discrimination and racism exist. Yes, people will discriminate about those things, but also many other things. My job, and the thing that I can control, is how I show up, making sure I'm my best, being hardworking, dedicated, honing my skills. That's what I can control. Focus on that which you can control, and you'll be just fine. And it's not my job to control someone else's discrimination, their racism, their prejudice of me. That's their bullshit to deal with.
Are ethnic minorities blaming discrimination for career setbacks when the real issue is a lack of effort or qualification?
Wow, finally, they've let me read a question. I swear these guys become illiterate. What's going on here? I should be reading the question more often. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's rubbish, man. First of all, I don't know what his background is, but I think
he's black, he's mixed race.
Okay, so and then here's where the problem lies. See, when we want to treat mixed race people as black, but then they choose to not understand the black experience. So there is a separate experience that mixed race people will get. And the lighter you are, we know this, okay? I
think it's worse than us, kind of.
In certain spaces, he's black, part of the black family, but he's not part of the black family like myself or you. So it becomes a little bit...
Still no way to fit in.
Well, it's not that you don't know where to fit in, but it's like you don't understand that the spectrum that we do have certain issues. I'm not talking about it blaming yourself, but I am aware that there are certain blocks and certain things. I'm not saying you can't do certain things, but to act like, you know, black people or certain minorities are not disadvantaged based on certain things, certain spaces is rubbish. It's like when women talk about, oh, in certain spaces we don't get certain things based upon our colour, based upon our hair, certain things, and we listen to it, we don't automatically shoot it down. So I find it the same thing.
But his societal experience will be identical to yours.
No.
What?
Not identical.
Hang on. I said not like in this space, his societal experience. When he's walking into the boardroom, if the majority of people are white, they look at him the same as you.
No, they don't.
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 They don't see him as a white person. He's a black man.
No, that's not the same, man.
They do
It's
see
not the
him as a
same.
black man.
Similar, not the same.
It's only amongst us. Yeah, we're like,
No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
I see him as a black man. I actually see him as a black man, and that's the difference. See, I see my mixed race brothers as black. I see my mixed race sisters as black.
But I think we should see them as mixed race.
No, that's a different conversation. But I'm saying the ones that the culturally identify, that's the way we grew up together. I see them as like that. I don't see it any different. But society will still see them as black, but they'll see there's a difference between us and with no, and you know, I don't want to take it back to how it used to be, but yo, it was the darker you was out in the fields, and light you was in the house. And this is why some of the things they say, you know, between colorism stems from slavery times based upon some of the things that happened. And so we cannot act like the lighter you are, there are certain advantages. Do you get me? And that is something that if you're truly black, you would understand. And it does not mean...
That's why there was advantages, though.
I'm not saying that...
Back in the day, the lighter there was, that's because they've been raped by the slave masters. That's why they was lighter.
No, but there was still advantages. Look, I'm not taking away negating from his experience. I'm just simply saying, to say that there is nothing that affects you being darker skinned and minorities, that's things that, I'll be honest, that tends to be things that white supremacists
I feel like it does affect in some degree, because although he is a mixed race black man brought up in a predominantly, let's say, suburban area, he still had to climb his way to get to where he is at now. He still had to get in front of those people in those boardrooms to have those conversations. And likewise, it would be for a black man who wanted the same type of position he's going to get. So
I think it's similar. I think it's similar. Hold on. I think that is similar. But at the end of the day, yeah, a lot of times white people, from what I've noticed, they tend to like. They prefer to see or tolerate lighter skinned people over darker skinned people.
The real question is why, though? The real question is why.
Because do you want to know why, though?
It's got nothing to do really with race.
Look, the truth of the matter is, like, for someone like Stephen Bartlett, yeah, who's a biracial mixed race person, right, yeah, like, you got to understand that the majority of people in this country are white, and they're going to view him as somebody that is more relatable than, like, maybe someone like me, a dark-skinned black person. Like, they're gonna view him as somebody that's closer to them, so that they can relate to someone like that easier.
I will say, because I've been in quite a lot of white spaces, and I've actually met Stephen Bartlett in person at the Black Business
Why
Fair.
have you been in quite a lot of white spaces?
Because that's the career path I've picked, and majority of white people work in those spaces. Yeah,
No,
I worked in corporate, so
no black people.
Not many. I would be maybe like the third black girl or black woman within a space.
Okay, what was your experience?
I worked in Tiffany head office, and I was one of the only black women.
How was that for you? How was your journey?
A part of me felt like I did get discount actually. A part of me felt like I was kind of like the chosen one. I kind of felt like...
You mean the token one?
No, that's the term.
That's true. Oh,
the token.
No, that's not a diss though. That's not a diss though.
I see an inclusion.
You're the token.
What
do you mean?
I hired you because you was black.
I'm not dissing you.
The company has reached their threshold.
Yeah, like you're the quota. You are the quota. There go.
Let me land.
Let's go, token.
I felt like the chosen one in a sense of, around the office, I felt like there was like, I was kind of like the spice of the office. So you could say the chosen person to some degree. I was like the spice.
You're trying
of the
to make
office.
it sound token is the right
terminology. Everybody's fucking
I don't feel like I don't feel like that was a bad thing for me, because the way I saw it for myself is like I was able to give many other black girls that look like me the opportunity to see, no, you can be here. You can be a black girl in tech, because I've worked in tech. You can be a black girl working in a prestigious brand such as Tiffany. It doesn't matter what your skin tone is, it's how you carry yourself. And how I carried myself got me every single one of my jobs.
Can I ask you a question about your experience? Do you feel... Hold on.
I want to go off that point.
That is
well.
the number one...
I was going to say that.
Do you feel you had to do the work 5 times harder?
No, at no point did I feel like I need to work. All I knew is that for me, I needed to show up because there were other black girls looking at me.
It's more than just
and
showing up.
wanting to know
to the real detail.
how I managed to get there. So I felt like there was an expectation as a black woman, as a black girl.
There wasn't.
So you don't feel that you worked harder than your white counterparts? You just did regular and got through?
I did literally
No, she didn't do regular. She didn't do regular. How many black women were hired after you? Wait, so you was the chosen one, and you went there and you went and did all of this shit.
She wasn't the chosen one.
So how
she
many
wasn't. She said she was regular.
She wasn't.
I can't tell you how many black girls came after me.
Well, while you was there, did they hire any other black women?
Well, there was other black people there, but they weren't as dark as me. They weren't dark as me. There were other black people that worked in the office.
What does that matter?
But I mean, like, they weren't mixed race. They
don't have to be mixed race. You could be dark. You could be the darkest person in the world. The biggest issue that you have with going into corporate society is that you want to bring your own style into it when it already has a style.
I never had brought
Not
in
you
anything.
personally, generally speaking.
In general.
Yeah, if you are in a predominantly white-dominated industry, and it's predominantly based on, let's say, white British culture, and you want to bring your pro-blackness to that culture, you are gonna have a problem.
Yeah, there was
the same way you're gonna have a problem if you go to Nigeria in a heavily dominated African
I remember being in a board meeting. I remember being in a board
Western
meeting.
society into it.
Wait.
Two of you.
I remember being in a board meeting when I was working in tech, and I was working with DevOps and data analysts. And I remember them asking what was one of the things that motivated me being in this space. And I said, because I feel like I represent other black girls that want to get into tech, and that was not perceived.
So that didn't make you go harder?
No. That wasn't perceived very well by a guy who worked in our Copenhagen branch. He didn't like that. For what I personally feel like he was racist. He didn't like that, and they flagged that up for whatever reason.
Against you?
Against me.
So you have experienced some...
Yeah, so that just shows the discrimination.
Yeah, I have experienced it, but
so
I wouldn't say...
in your field, yeah, do you feel like you're just...
I wouldn't say that has ever deterred me from working with predominantly white brands. I've worked in luxury retail.
Yeah, but I bet it deters you from saying certain things, though.
It does. It does deter me from saying certain things, because I personally know that what you say matters, and what you say and how you say it, where it can take you. So that's why certain things I would rather not share my opinion on. I'd rather not share how my black view is on it, because I know it may not be perceived very well by other people around me. So I'm wary, I'm mindful of what I can say in white spaces, but not only in white spaces, in black spaces, because in certain black spaces, black people will judge me as well.
Guys,
so I'm mindful.
Do you believe that's a token black woman? It's got nothing to do with being a token. It's got to do with knowing the fundamental principle about doing anything in life, which is adjusting.
Yes, to some degree, yes, you do.
Which is that in actual fact, you can't bring your, oh yeah, I don't want to do this, whatever, your culture, whatever. You don't bring that to a society or an industry that's dominated by this. You can't bring jollof to... you know what I'm saying? Why are you bringing pounded jam to a staff room that has mashed potatoes and
right, so
say, oh yeah, I'm African, so I have to eat.
Right, so
slightly you got to reduce a bit before you can get to level.
But colleagues that do that.
You are scared to open your mouth and openly talk about things because you're getting cancelled by your own work.
I had colleagues that would bring
in. You bend over.
Wait.
That is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. Race, discrimination, it all exists. But the one fundamental thing that we fail to do is adjust. In every industry, you have to adjust, whether you like it or not. And when you adjust, which is that you accept how things work in that industry, you can then maneuver in that industry to then climb the ladders of that industry. And then once you get to the place where you are in a position where you can affect change in the way you want to, affect change. But be mindful, some of them old boys don't like too much change. They might come for you.
I had colleagues that would bring in pounded yam and fufu, and you're
you
not
have
allowed.
Colleagues. You don't
not
do
allowed.
it.
I wouldn't bring it in because that's not.
Why wouldn't you bring it in?
Because that's not something I would enjoy eating. I don't want to eat that at work.
Can I just ask how they reacted to that food?
When he brought it in,
yeah, how did they react?
Honestly, it was a fascination. It was like, oh my gosh, that smells so good. Can I try that? Oh my God, they can't discriminate. There's rules against them. They can't say you can't bring that into the workplace. You can bring whatever food you like into the workplace.
Wait, can I just reread the question? Wait. Can I just reread the question for people that are confused, yeah? Are ethnic minorities blaming discrimination for career setbacks when the real issue is a lack of effort or qualification?
Yes,
please, can I answer? Can I also chime in? Yeah, I was going to say real quick, yeah? I feel like what Stephen Bartlett was just trying to say was that, yes, there is discrimination, yes, there is racism, but he does not let that deter him from going for certain opportunities.
He's not trying to
now,
he said it.
If I'm with a black man that just says, so because I'm black, it's probably going to be difficult, so I'm just going to go for these jobs, I will not respect him because I'm going to be like, listen, fuck the racism.
That's easy for him to say. He knows how to bend over.
Well, okay.
He knows how to adjust. Stop playing games.
But what I'm saying
he didn't go in there saying, I'm this, I'm that, and give me the job, and I'm going to do it this. No.
Do you think you should do that?
You knew how to maneuver. You knew not to say this in this position. You knew not to say that. You knew not to walk like this. You knew not to talk like that. Or act like this, like that. You knew how to sit like that.
But at the same time,
instead of sitting like that.
Stop
playing games.
Argument.
You knew how to adjust.
However, as a counter argument to that, your white counterpart does not have to think about the same thing.
Yeah, that's
holding back and sitting in a certain way.
Yeah.
Because it's
you confused.
Hear me.
It's not a black country though.
Hear me one
it's a white country.
second.
Go on. Let me hear you then. Go on.
What I'm simply trying to say is, I understand what you're saying, that we have to adjust. We have to maneuver ourselves in a way to get these kind of opportunities.
It's called British culture. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay.
In
But what
Britain.
I'm trying to say is that there's a slight problem in that British culture needs to be a little bit more accepting of black people, because
No, it
the
doesn't.
white
It's
counterparts
Thank you very
are
much.
not having
not
to
your
have
country.
this conversation.
Thank you very much.
You two, please. You're doing my head in.
Okay, I understand that. But what I'm saying
Tell that to terrorists.
my God.
In Burkina Faso.
My God. Can I just say something?
He's running his country the way he wants to run his country, no?
All right, my mindset already is this. There are 8 billion people walking on this planet. There are not enough resources for everybody to thrive at the same time. It just simply is mathematically impossible. Yeah. So on top of that, the market is already difficult. Yeah. Then on top of that, you're black. So there's going to be more against you. There is an argument there. However, do not use that to stop yourself from getting certain opportunities. Strive and do what you can. Present yourself in a certain way. However, after a while, you can bring a little bit of your flavor. I've heard a teacher go, "Those F black boys." I've heard a teacher say that in front of me. And then as soon as she saw me clock her, she was like, "Oh my God, I'm actually so sorry." I've seen racism. I've seen it.
Okay.
You understand?
Can I say,
those black boys, though, should not deter them from getting their results.
So let's go. So I don't think
racism will exist.
Yeah. So I don't think this is about saying that you can't do anything. No, this is not about saying you can. You can do anything you want to. You can put your mind to. But this is
he's saying racism is not his problem. Yeah. I don't care about your.
No, he's saying black people blaming you on that.
Yeah. So I'm saying,
but back to the question.
Your suit.
But back to the question. No. But I don't mean that. That don't mean that's not his problem, though. That doesn't mean that's not his problem. It just means that he found a way to solve the problem. It doesn't mean that it's not his problem.
Back to the question, though, I personally feel like there's never been a better time to be a black person.
Me too.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Maybe 10 years ago is different, but we have to give credit where credit is due. We've come leaps and bounds. They want inclusion. They need this. They need that. They just want us around. Maybe not for the right reasons, but that then opens the door. If you go to the interview, you'll get the job. Just because of your skin. There's never been a better time to be black.
Now there are quotas that need to be filled. Now you're going to get the job because you're black, because you look like this. It is the best time to be black. You show up as the best version of yourself, you're going to get the job. Then they'll see that it's not just because you're black, you're actually good.
So if you're not going for the opportunities, then can I give you a life kind of a you problem? Can I just give you a life example about me, because I come from a different background.
No Bible though.
No, this is
the Bible.
Genesis.
No.
So basically,
you have to be careful with that one.
So I'm Italian, and the way I was raised up, I was raised up with no rules. I just did whatever I wanted. I was a professional volleyball player. I was the only black girl in my team, so obviously black girl, more power, everything good, fine. I came to the UK, cultural differences. I got into a professional job. That is where the white people showed me shege. I was myself because I've always, like I said, I didn't have culture. I'll talk the way I want. I'll be the way I want. I just say everything I want. So when I now started, climbing the ladder, I've been on action plans 1 or 2 or 3 times just because of I say the things without thinking. I just behave the way I want to behave.
Things like what?
Not like I would say, one day I was like, I just want to make so much money, but the white people don't see like that. They're happy with their target. To their
Not
target,
white people, the British culture.
Yeah, the British culture. But I was like,
Thank
I'm
you
here
very much.
to become this person. I was just sharing my dreams, but they didn't like it. So I've been on action plans quite a few times until they had to.
Dream.
Yeah, because they have to now
Not just showing
humble
your dreams, it's
myself.
how you talk.
I humble myself
British culture.
because I was doing too much. I was just sharing my dream, like, why do you want to be here? I was like, because I would love to start here to end up here. And they really, really humbled myself.
How? Do you mind saying what they said to you?
So they were like, I think you need to dilute what you say. You come to work and you are too loud, or you're too so many things. But they say this one thing they like to do here is they sweet talk.
Yeah.
I don't come in a country that well, Italians don't sweet talk. We just say
straight.
But don't you think in certain places, certain behaviors should be a certain way in different spaces.
let
You
me
can be
finish, let me
yourself.
finish.
It's okay. You can still be yourself. But you know, when you're in certain environments, you
But the
can't-
thing is that I came from a different culture where
You don't
if a
think so?
white person doesn't like you, they'll tell you straight to your face. So
Okay.
obviously, coming to the UK where they serve you a cup of tea, they smile, they caress your hair. Oh, you're beautiful.
Mhm.
Me, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm beautiful. Okay, let me just do.
But you in the
Then
professional space, that's not.
But she's saying
sometimes
the cultural difference between Italy and Britain is so different. Over here in Britain, we are
It's just her
passive-aggressive.
personal experience.
It's her
innit?
personal
So
experience.
obviously now coming here, I have to they have to break my character and
But
understand.
it's not about breaking your character. It's not about breaking your character.
Finish. You're
I'm not
just
saying that
pissing me
though.
off. Let me
But they're not
finish.
breaking
Oh
your
my
character.
God.
They piss you off.
Can't you just listen?
But
Shush.
you're saying they're breaking your
Lock your mouth
character.
and let me listen.
Oh my
Let me
God.
listen. Oh my God. Is this how you're going to be treating your wife? She's saying something. You're being
Don't talk about
Wow.
It's got nothing to do with wife. It's only talk about your husband. It's not you treat your husband.
Oh.
You're going to diminish your husband.
Damn.
Go on, sis.
Wow, what happened?
You know, I was actually making a point. I was trying to say that no matter who I am as a person, any room I step in, I'm going to bring light because that's who I am. I'm the light of God. And you in that room, try blah, 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 you gotta have to check yourself out and actually listen to people because clearly it says a lot about you, you know. So don't piss me off.
Okay.
So now, obviously they break me and they mold me to like, you know,
What they want you to be.
to want to be.
yeah.
But one thing I've learned is my skin color, who I am, my background, they can never take it because who I am is what God wants me to be. So I'm not going to go to rooms and say, oh, because I'm too black, I'm not going to get it. Because the grace of God, no, because, you know, it really touches me because I remember I used to have anxiety. I used to cry. I used to say, I'm going to quit because obviously, why are you judging me because I'm Italian? Why are you judging me because I'm Italian and Edo? Like, I've never been here. Like, can you just accept me for who you are? For who am I?
Okay, wait.
You
You spoke for time now, man.
No.
You're chatting shit.
No,
Let's be real, yeah? All right. I might enjoy wearing tracksuits and think it's cool to wear this and wear that. But if I go to an office for an interview, I'm not wearing a tracksuit. It don't mean they're fucking breaking my character. You're chatting shit, man.
Hate, you're actually so rude. You said, no, I've had enough. You need to stop talking. Hey, calm down. It's a debate. Calm down. You get your turn, babe. Calm down.
Until you own the means of production, can you dictate how, in actual fact, terms go? Whoever owns the means of production is who you follow. If you call that breaking your character because you want to adjust to how they decide how things go, then you are a fool. Because it's not breaking your character.
I agree with
that you are beneath them and you need them, in which case you will be molded by the way they.
No one enforces you to work. It's not slavery. When you go to work, when you go to work,
climb the ladder, you have
when
to.
you go to work, you have to do anything. When you go to work, you sign a contract. No one is forcing you. This is not slavery.
That's
No one forces. Wait, hold on a second. Nobody forces you to do anything. At any given, no one is forced you to wake up. You choose to go to whatever job you choose to do. No one is forcing you. No, your boss is not saying to you, you have to come here. They're not saying to you, you have to comply. No one. You are saying.
So you're putting an action plan.
Hold on.
Let him finish. Let him finish because he's not even making any sense.
Cool.
Let him finish.
Her dreams and shit.
Let him
action plan.
Action plan because of your behavior, your mannerism.
Guys,
if you have to change them to adjust to the person that you are employed by, that is what you do. If you don't want to adjust, don't be employed.
Let me remind you,
own your own means of production and wear a bikini to work if you want to. That's your goddamn business.
OnlyFans, you can do that.
You don't own it.
The question.
That's it.
Wait, I want to say something.
It's the basic principle. You're not the head teacher. You work for the head teacher.
Cool.
You don't own the school. You work for the government.
Why are you angry? Sorry.
It's not angry. It's that when we're adjusting,
Why are you angry?
when we're trying to adjust and trying to
I know what you're
rectify stupidity. It's just a bit like
It's not stupidity.
Adjust.
It's not
No
her
one broke your character.
stupidity.
Okay.
She had to change her character.
We all have to change.
Change. They're saying in the workplace,
It's
you
adjusting.
prefer if you do this, and you prefer
Simple
if you
as
do that.
I think Gabs has trauma, bro, from maybe pursuing a career in corporate at some point, and it's ruined him. Internally, his spirit is broken. He could never look at a corporate office again. Poor Gabs.
Ladies, can I say something? You guys be talking. Like, seriously.
I'm not sorry.
Like,
don't think I'm
at the
being
end of the
harsh
day,
on you.
nobody forces you to do anything. Women are different from men. You will conform to get into these spaces that do not want you. You literally will go into places that will disrespect you, or and you will go there, but us men, we won't. Like, regardless of what you...
For yourself.
Oh my God.
Speak for
No,
yourself.
come on. That was
Men will
interesting.
not purposely put themselves into spaces that do not want them.
I will.
Some men can.
Is that because you don't want to adjust?
It's because you don't want to adjust.
Wait,
That's literally what it is.
I'm asking the question. I'm not accusing you. I'm asking
we're
you, is
not-
it because you don't want
No,
to
because
adjust?
we're not women. And women, you take a lot of stuff and you go into spaces, then you complain in the spaces. So you go into job places, then you complain about the things. Literally, you complain about the things. Men understand something differently. So if you want to go into a white space, it is a white space. This is not a black country.
It's not about me going
this
into
is
a
not
white space.
No,
It's about
okay.
me following my dreams
is-
and ambitions.
that's
If
fine,
I've got the
that's fine.
qualifications,
Yeah, but you
if
don't need
I've
to
got
go
the
around start telling all of them
qualifications to be in
that's
those
your dreams,
spaces,
though.
why should I not be in those spaces? Because there's
Keep
white
your
people
dreams to
there.
yourself.
Let's just hear it.
What are you
Go on.
Let me
saying?
finish, but you keep...
I don't
I need to
understand.
say something mad, and they need to hear it. Because
Why do you guys
madness.
get so triggered?
I need to say something.
I don't
I need to say
understand.
something.
Like, ladies, like, come on, keep it together. Like, you can go into whatever spaces you want. You can go wherever you want to. But us as men understand if you do go into certain places, it has already been built. This is the structure. It existed before we got there. So you need to assimilate. You do not go into these white spaces and then trying to make them black and start trying to bring your jollof and putting it in the microwave. And people are saying, oh, what's that smell? Don't bring that here. This is a fish and chip place. And I understand you may feel as if you want to do that, but if you want to go and do that, go and create your own thing, yeah, as a black-owned businesswoman, and you allow any black people of culture to do whatever they want. But what you want to do
That
is...
is narrow-minded.
Wait,
That is
because you lot
narrow-minded.
keep saying
Wow.
it's black and white, yo. Wait.
That is narrow-minded.
I told you,
black and
I
white,
told
man.
you, I mean,
You lot
listen,
are mad.
That
this
is
is empowerment.
narrow-minded.
I just told a black woman to empower herself, not to assimilate, not to have to go into spaces that will make her, that will change her, and you told me that's narrow-minded. You're narrow-minded.
He's got a business. He's got a slushy business. He's gonna take it to pick up. Say you got employees now.
Yeah.
They're taking it to go and deliver to stores. Yeah. You got bad man. They work now. It don't matter if you're a bad man. You're working. You're representing me. You're going to that store. When you
I'm a
go
bad man
there,
like that.
I want you to be but you're not. They're not gonna go. Them bad man. They're not gonna go. They're working,
got a
bro.
t-shirt.
They're not gonna go to the store and be like, "You're a big man, yeah. Oh, this juice." That's not your brand. You tell them go there. When you go there, represent me how I want to be represented.
Yeah.
So I get more business. Aye, them man are professional, you know.
Yeah.
They do this, they do that here. It don't matter about
That's not
black
the
or
same
white.
thing that every corporate
No,
job
but
does.
I know what I'm saying,
What's
because
the
you men are
difference?
saying white spaces, black spaces.
what's
As
the
a black
difference?
man, personally, I feel like we need to do things better than everybody in the room.
Mhm.
When I go in spaces, I want to be better than everyone in the room. When I train,
But is
I want
that
to be the
not a
best in the room.
self-characteristic? Is that
So
not coming
when
from
I have as a
yourself?
black man,
Is
because
that not coming from within
I'm
you?
not blaming
My
it.
mum told me that as a
Yeah.
Is
black man,
that
you
not
need to work
coming from
harder.
within you? Why does it just
I'm
have
not
to be by
blaming
your skin?
nothing. If
How do
I-
you know a white boy isn't being told that when he goes to the same job, he needs to act his
You
best
can
and do his
that,
best?
but I know
What is the
as black
difference?
people,
That's your
technically,
characteristics, that's
in the
inside
British
you.
culture, we're behind. So when I go, if I don't get a job, I'm not gonna say it's because I'm black, man. I'm gonna say, you know what, I need to work harder. Because if I go in that room
need to-
and I'm the
you need
best
to work
goddamn
harder.
person
Why?
at what I do,
You need
there's
to
no
work
way you
harder.
can
Why?
There is
Why
no
do you
way.
need to work
There is no way.
harder?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you
Why do you need to work harder? Why do you need to work
I'll tell you
harder?
why.
Tell me.
Did she just say
Why
I have
do
to
you
work
need to
harder?
work harder? Answer
I'll tell you,
question. Answer
I'll tell you
question.
why. I'll tell
You answer
I'll tell
question
you.
because I want to know why for a black man it's
tell
different.
you why.
Tell
I'll tell
me.
you why. I'll tell you why. Because we are a minority in this country, and you
Right.
may not know about the history. One of the things that when you're a minority in a country, right? We as black people, I know that we can be as good. We was always raised, you're supposed to work harder because of this thing, this thing in front of you. It's not going to stop you, but it's the first thing that people are going to go and see. And it's become dangerous because I want to just take it away from this for a second. With the culture, with the young men, a black guy will get shot by the police, yeah, cool, and a white guy won't, right, yeah. And everyone's gonna say, oh, why did he get shot, yeah? But you got to remember, you're black, and at some point, you was not raised how I was raised. My mum told me this is what the police will do to you. This is what will happen to you. So I keep saying these things because I don't understand why we don't understand that certain things there are blocks in the way, but it does not stop you. You just have to be aware of certain things. Like it's not stopping you. It's never stopping you. But there might be times you walk away from something and you be like, I couldn't quite place what it was. Because in this country, racism is not. It's
passive aggressive.
Yeah, it's not in your face. Like what she said in our country, they'll tell you an N-word. Here, they'll hire you for the job. They'll bring you, but they might not give you the promotion. Someone else gonna come after you.
Sometimes
give you
it's
the
not
promotion.
racism. Sometimes you're just threatened by the other person.
You can't put your finger on it.
Yeah.
He walks into a room and he walks into a room and he walks up to you.
It
Who are you
depends
more
on
threatened by?
It depends on the
why
space you're going to be in.
Why you gotta do that?
Who are you more threatened by? He lives in a room and he walks in a room. Who are you more threatened by?
Kado.
His physical appearance and whatever else, it comes across as threatening. It doesn't it doesn't mean that it's threatening, and it doesn't mean you're being racist. It just means that he comes across a bit more threatening.
But
in actual fact, he could be more violent than that person.
Oh man, I can't even get a word in. Part of me actually wants to hear what Majesty's saying, but you don't got past the gabs going. No, listen, here's what working class, upper class,